Ferrari showed up to pre-season testing in Bahrain with a rear wing that made the entire paddock stop and stare. Lewis Hamilton himself gave it a name, the Macarena, because it flips completely inside out when it goes into straight mode. People laughed. Then they looked at the data. Nobody laughed after that. Red Bull saw it, thought about it, and by Miami, they had their own version on the car. Laurent Mekies swore it wasn't a copy, said their engineers came up with the concept independently, far, far before we hit the track, his exact words. Sure, Laurent. Now it's McLaren's turn. Rob Marshall, McLaren's chief designer, was asked about Ferrari's wing back in April. His answer was almost funny. Everyone saw that and thought, "Are we sure that's legal?" "Yeah, it is." "Okay." Translation: "We're already working on it." This Friday at the Red Bull Ring, McLaren rolls out their experimental version in practice, not racing it yet, testing it, back-to-back comparisons against the standard wing. If the data checks out, this thing shows up competitively later this season. And here's where it gets actually interesting. McLaren's own team boss Andrea Stella and Lando Norris have both publicly called the Ferrari SF26 the best chassis on the grid right now. Not Mercedes, Ferrari, the team that invented this wing concept in the first place. So think about what's happening here. Ferrari built the weapon, McLaren studied it, respect it, and now they're building their own version while simultaneously chasing Ferrari's chassis philosophy. That's not copying. That's a team that knows exactly what they need to close a gap and is going and getting it. McLaren arrives in Austria needing more than a points finish. They need evidence. Real evidence that Norris and Piastri can put pressure on Mercedes and Ferrari. Not just on friendly circuits, but here at the Red Bull Ring, where the short lap exposes everything about a car. Marshall was clear that copying doesn't always work. What works on one car doesn't automatically transfer. But some concepts, if adopted correctly, can deliver real gains. The wing is still experimental. It might not make the race this weekend. It might come back revised at Silverstone, but the direction is set. McLaren knows what Ferrari figured out first, and they're not pretending otherwise. Meanwhile, Mercedes is watching all of this from the top of the championship. Antonelli leads, Russell is close behind. The constructors' gap looks comfortable, but comfortable is exactly when teams get caught off guard. Barcelona showed McLaren trending in the right direction. Austria opens a run towards Silverstone and Spa, 3 weekends that can turn a form question into a title trend fast. If this wing delivers even half of what Ferrari's version showed, the gap to Mercedes tightens at exactly the wrong time for the Silver Arrows. Ferrari started it. Red Bull claimed they didn't copy it. McLaren admitted they're straight up studying it and building their own. Honest, aggressive, and potentially the move that reshapes this championship. Drop a comment. Do you think McLaren's version of this wing is going to work? Or is Ferrari just too far ahead with their own development of the concept? Subscribe to Apex Era. Austria qualifying breakdown drops this weekend the moment it ends.